Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And as I sat here and waited to do this video on Ron Paul and how he has now been banned for, content, basically community standards got him from Facebook, and how that works into big tech, COVID-19 84. I mean, Ron Paul, a doctor. An actual physician, by the way. I just want to point that out. Actually treated patients throughout his career in his private life. And boy, did they try to smear Ron Paul back in the day when the Ron Paul revolution was strong in that 2006, 2007, 2008 run that he had. I sit here and I'm watching the House floor talk about impeachment of the president and the 25th Amendment, and they're in masks, and I'm reminded again and again and again and again that I literally live in a dystopic reality, an over-the-top Orwellian-themed nightmare that some people are still holding on to some kind of weird hopium. Others, in my opinion, are not taking this seriously enough. And when I say this, I mean every situation that we are in via free speech, domestic terrorism, which is now the new hotbed. Can't get enough talk about that. And COVID-19 84, all rolled into one. All rolled into one right now in your face. Get ready. Let's go. All right. So before we go over this story, which is nightmarish, it's totally nightmarish, and it could be the reason why Ron Paul was taken out for content moderation. How dare he present you with factual information while Andrew Capo Cuomo can just say the facts aren't the facts, and then hold a press conference for the state of the state that looks like something out of a 1999 dystopic future movie I watched as a teenager in the theater. Something Paramount put out or something. Maybe even Harvey Weinstein's Miramax. They were hot back in the day, eh, Harv? I mean, a lot of news today that we'll go over tomorrow on the Morning Rockfin, but we'll talk about that in a moment. So thumbs the video up. A lot of trolls out there lately. Support me if you can. The GoFundMe's down below. We're fully demonetized on this platform. We're probably going to be deplatformed. I have backed everything up to Odyssey.com. So all of my videos are now there. So they will remain on the blockchain forever. At least I have that creature comfort. But again, always can use your support. All the films are free. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. Please check them out. Okay? Thumbs the video up, subscribe and share, join the Burmis Brigade while you still can, because we bring you, mainstream sources. And again, Ron Paul was pointing out mainstream stuff, and now what has happened? He's out. He's out at Facebook, but we'll get there. Rockfin will be live again tomorrow at 11 a.m. We do it 5 days a week, live and free. Make sure you have at least the free account. If you do get the premium subscription, there are so many great creators on there, from Jimmy Dore, the Convo Couch, to Sam Tripoli and others. Please consider supporting me over on Rockfin as well. Okay, let's get it going. Let's start this off. Now, Facebook locks Ron Paul out of his account for violating community standards. And shout out to Richard Andrew Grove. I actually caught this while I was listening to some Grand Theft World, which is kind of like a compilation, and then adding to the source material podcast of content creators throughout the web. So shout out to you for that, Richard Andrew Grove, where he was talking about Ron Paul being locked out. Okay? And you got to wonder if it was because he says a nursing home had 0 coronavirus deaths. Then it vaccinates residents for coronavirus, and the deaths begin. We're talking about 24 in one home alone. And guess what? It's in New York. So I want to show you a little bit of a timeline here. Auburn Nursing Home begins to administer COVID-19 vaccine amid the outbreak. All right. So this is December 22nd. It's updated on the 7th. So we're talking about that 3-week period time, right? Just before that second shot's coming, guys. All right? And this is on the 5th. They start talking about now there's more of an outbreak. It kills 10 at Auburn Nursing Home. It only gets worse from there. 137 residents, kills 24. Now, they were scheduled for the next shots on the 12th. I want people to understand that Cuomo has threatened fines for healthcare providers that don't use the COVID-19 vaccines fast enough. This is what he means by reset. This is what he means by rebuilding better. Okay? And they promote this guy as America's governor. State of the state. And how dare the Ron Paul Prosperity write an article pointing out these mainstream facts. Okay? These mainstream facts, and now you're censored for it. Now you're out. Okay? And it was all fun and games when it was just Alex Jones. Right? And it's all fun and games for people that have TDS now that it's Donald Trump and his supporters. Let me tell you something. It goes even further than that. You know, today Pat Miletic, who's become a friend of mine, he's a guy I really like. You know, he's been really great to me. He's been nothing but generous to me. How about that? Okay? Giving me opportunities that I would have never fallen into otherwise. Allowed me to follow a dream of mine and call professional MMA fights. And apparently I'll be doing so in about 2 months from now, 60 days, hopefully. If this dystopic nightmare doesn't try to clinch its fist down even tighter on the vast majority of us, which it may happen. Now, he calls LFA fights. Pat Miletic is not only a legendary UFC fighter, he is not only a legendary UFC coach, but he's a hell of a broadcaster. He really is. You know, take it from a hardcore. I watched the LFA. I think it's a premier organization. So many people have been scooped up via the UFC, especially this year with this weird pandemic going on, right? With all that. And because he attended the rally, okay, let me repeat this. Because he attended the rally, he didn't breach the Capitol. From what I understand, he encouraged people not to go inside. He called me personally after that happened, telling me he didn't go inside, didn't want to go inside, and that people had breached it. And he got fired today. He got a call today, and they fired him from broadcasting. And it's all over the place. People want people kicked out of schools. People no longer want to bank with certain people now because they attended a rally, a political rally. You're going to ban a physician and a former congressman, a political icon, for daring to have his website point out mainstream articles in succession and the obvious? That's where we are? This is it. This is the battle right here. And I really need the left to understand this. And I really need the conservatives to understand this as well. The guy that lives 3 blocks down and maybe votes different from you is always going to have more in common with you than the people that these politicians are protecting. And the agendas, okay, that they're promoting are on behalf of those people. So we have to find a way to come together now. All right? All of it. They've already come for your business. They're coming for your body. And I'm telling you right now, free speech, you might not even be able to say the term free speech. It may be designated a domestic terror threat to use that terminology. We may get that far. That's where we are right now. Okay? So guys, thumbs it up, subscribe, share. I mean, think about how this should be big time news that they're giving these old people the vaccinations in places where they didn't have any deaths whatsoever, and now all of a sudden they're dropping. I'm not saying anything else but that, but you need to go look at those stories, okay? And I know a lot of people complain, so I'm going to go through. You just check out the headlines. Pretty easy to find, guys. Okay, actually, this one was tough to find. The actual Ron Paul article anywhere from the Institute was extremely tough to find. But if you just type in these headlines right here, okay, we're going to go through them slow, okay? COVID-19 outbreak at Auburn nursing home infects 137 residents, kills 24, okay? Just COVID-19 outbreak in Auburn, New York. You'll find all this stuff. Very easy. Very easy. So check that stuff out. Again, guys, couldn't do it without you. $5, $10, $15 means the world to me. Thumbs this video up, subscribe, and share. Big donors. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Watch the documentary films. I promise you, there's more to Jason Burmis than just what's going on today. If you're new to this program, if you haven't seen any of these movies, you need to watch these movies. They will give you a better perspective of the world. Go prove me wrong on any of them. We'll have a chat. You know what I'm saying? I do want to thank all those that have been supporting me, sharing my content, thumbing it up, joining the Burmis Brigade. You know, we have been gaining subscribers over the past month. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be, but I'm trying to put the truth out there as much as possible. We're live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Go make the free Rockfin account. If you do appreciate what I do, $9.99 a month gets you everybody's premium content. You know, it's got sports on it. It's got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial arts, actual collegiate and high school wrestling. They just got football, okay? On top of the free thinking media. A lot of cool things on there you're not going to find on other premium platforms. So Rockfin, 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 I love you guys. It is not about left or right. It is about right and wrong. And the things that they are doing to the people right now and freedom of speech and what's coming for all of us is extremely wrong. And we need to come together against it. I love you, and I'll see you on the flip.